Hi there, welcome to the Miss Ali Makes podcast. My name is Ali and I am your host. Welcome to my channel. It has been way too long for me to even say when the last episode was. It was probably about 3 months ago, and I thought today I've got a day off work and I didn't have anything else on, so I thought, why not hit the record button and chat with you guys a little bit. So I'd like to say a big happy hello to any returning viewers, though I probably don't have returning viewers as such because I haven't podcasted for such a long time. But anyway, I just wanted to say a big hello and welcome to anyone that has been a previous viewer of the podcast, and hello again. Obviously, I actually have been out of the podcasting routine for such a long time that I don't even know what I'm doing. So, let's start again. Welcome everybody that is a returning viewer. It is so great to have you back, and thanks so much for sticking around to my very unloved channel. And a big happy hello to any new viewers of the podcast. It is so great that you've chosen to spend a little bit of crafty time with me. I think that probably sounds a bit better, right? So we'll go with that. So for any new viewers, I am coming to you from the east coast of Australia, where I live with my hubby and our 3 beautiful cherubs. And it is, what date is it today even? I don't even have my phone. This is how organised I am, you see. So sorry, guys. It's Thursday. Oh, I do have my phone. The 24th of May. So we are in the middle of autumn. We are nearly to June. It is actually June next week. So it's pretty cold. I mean, I'm wearing a flanny shirt and tights. So it's, it's cold by our standards. If you are living in the Northern Hemisphere, or my friends in the States and in the UK, you will be experiencing some lovely sunshine, I hope, where you are. So I suppose it's fine that I am cold because you guys are warm. Makes sense, right? It's only fair. Anyway, it has been, like I said, a very, very long time between podcasts. I want to say maybe 3 months. So that's crazy, hey? Sometimes, such a busy season for you guys that have previously seen my podcast, you'll know that late last year I was so blessed to get to start working again in like a paid job outside of the home. And so I guess it's been a little bit of juggling family and work stuff, and just making sure that everyone's kind of getting everything that they need and just readjusting to the new normal. And my crafting time has changed a little in that I guess I don't have big chunks of it like I used to, and I need to be a bit more deliberate with actually planning out time that I have set aside to craft. And I think I actually really just had a little bit of overwhelm. Like I felt like, oh my goodness, it's so easy to get caught up in the hype of a new pattern. I know I've watched quite a few podcasts. I know that the beautiful girls at the Full of Knit podcast, they also have mentioned on their a couple of recent episodes that, we have this overwhelm where we we feel like we have to make everything that everyone else is making and buy things that everybody else is buying, and it can just get a little bit of burnout. So I think that's sort of what I've been doing the last few months. I've really kind of been reassessing things that I like to do, being more deliberate in carving out time to craft things that I actually want to make, not necessarily that anyone else is making, but just using my own, what makes my heart happy, I suppose. So I don't know. I think I just kind of was like, oh my gosh, everyone in the world is knitting sweaters. I can't knit a sweater. I've bought yarn to make several sweaters, but I just don't know that I don't know. I just don't know that I wanted to at that particular moment. And so I was giving myself permission to actually make what I wanted to make. So stupid, because I think, oh my goodness, like crafting time is meant to be the thing that you do that relaxes you and makes you feel good about yourself, not something that you feel like you're continually under the pump and you've got to get stuff done. So I think I just kind of unplugged a little bit, regrouped, and now I'm back, and I'm very happy to be back. And I'm sorry for my little rant. It wasn't really a rant, but just a little bit of chit chat at the beginning. I'm going to try to be a bit more, actually no, I'm not going to try to be anyone else but me. So that's pretty much the story. So, this is a making podcast. It is a podcast where I share the things that I'm making. They may be crochet, they may be knitting, they might be sewing, anything else really that I feel that I would like to show, I'm going to show. And I'm going to be quite okay with doing that too. So, now I've had my little bleh. Where can you find me? I am most active on Instagram. I will leave my Instagram handle below. I would love for you to come and follow me over there. And I tend to be most active there. I am also on Ravelry, but I don't actively post as such. Like I go there mostly just to print patterns off, and that's all. So that's pretty much it. I've got a bit of an itchy nose because obviously I've got yarny, fluff. And like I said, it's my day off today, and I've been to the dentist this morning. And so I'm rewarding myself with the last couple of rows of a shawl that I'm working on, which I will show you in just a moment. And then I'll be binding that off, and I will be blocking it, and I will be gifting it to a very dear friend. So, I hope that you are well. I hope that this finds you well, and I hope that you've really been enjoying some crafty time as well. It probably won't be a super long episode. I have been, pretty monogamously working on a shawl, and I've made a few hats over the time. I don't have them anymore. I've gifted them. And what else have I been doing? I've just kind of been sitting in a space of being okay with not having to make all of the things. So, without further ado, my first work in progress is, I'm not sure if I showed it on my last podcast. It is very possible that I did, but this is my Kyria Cove shawl. Again, I've been out of the business for such a long time that I don't know how to show people correctly. I'm sorry. There we go. That's better. So this is going to be gifted to a friend, and I've actually really enjoyed working on it. This is a very cute little progress keeper from Sugar Tots, which we all love her, right? I must say, I think I actually cast this on, I actually can't remember whether I had cast it on already at the last episode or not. But it sort of got a bit long in the tooth. I did get a bit bored. Not that the pattern, it wasn't anything to do with the pattern. It was mostly just to do with the fact that I really couldn't be bothered to knit anything at that moment. So I just put it aside and trusted that my knit mojo would eventually come back. And it did, and I'm really excited to be nearly done. Like I've got 4 more rows to go, and then I'm going to fasten off, and I'm going to wash it, give it a good soak, block it, and I'm going to gift it to my friend. So I am really excited about doing that. But yeah, I must say it was a little bit of a process. So this is the Kyria Cove shawl by Tammy Gore. It's the first pattern that I've ever made of hers. It is a paid for pattern on Ravelry, and I must say I really do like how she writes patterns. The only change that I did do was I went down a needle size. Let me just see. Yeah, Kyria Cove by Tammy Gore. So she says a US 6, which is a 4mm needle, but I used a US 4, which is a 3.5mm. And all of my needles are Chiagu red lace. I love them. I use them for everything. So I'm not necessarily sure. I didn't actually do a gauge swatch. I did start the shawl using the needle size that was recommended in the pattern, and I just didn't love the material that it was making. So and then at that time, actually, I was watching a podcast episode from the beautiful Molly from Homespun House, and she also said that sometimes she goes down a needle size. So I thought, well, that's great. I'm going to do the same. So I did. I went down a needle size, and I really loved the material that it made, and I know that my friend is going to love it because it is, my friend that I'm gifting it to is a fellow soccer mama, and I know that she's going to love having a scarf around her neck when we're freezing our butts off watching our boys play soccer. So the yarns that I've used. This beautiful, delightful cake that I'm nearly at the end of, or not really the end of, but this is Woolberry Fibre Co. It is called It's Magical. And sorry about that, I had to just lean over. And it was one of her Gilmore Girls. Actually, it was her Gilmore Girls Christmas sock special. So I don't actually think it's available anymore, but Bethany has such lovely yarns. I'm sure that if you go over to her Etsy shop, or even just follow her on Instagram, because I know that she puts her shop update information on there. The other colour is this gorgeous natural with a nice little flecks of brown and red, and this one is from Cola Girl Collective. So she is an Aussie dyer whom I am very much, I love her colours and that. And this is her Drover sock, so 75/25, and it is called Spiced Chai. So, like I said, I've got 4 more rows to go, and then I am done. And I must say, as much as I absolutely loved working on the shawl when I sort of got my, my steam back, I will also be very glad when it's off the needles and happily safe in my gifted to my friend, because then I can kind of work on something else, which that'll be cool too. So the other thing that I have been working on is a crochet blanket. A very dear friend of mine had a little baby girl not that long ago. So I went stash diving, and I am working on a beautiful 12-pointed star. Again, wrong way around. Get it together, Ali. So it's going to be a 12-pointed star crochet blanket. It's really pretty. So for the most part, I have used Stylecraft DK yarn, which is, if you have watched any of my previous episodes, you will know that I love that yarn for making baby blankets. It is 100% acrylic. It is thebomb.com as far as it has so many different color choices. It's a couple of dollars per ball, and it's super affordable, and it washes so amazing, because when I'm gifting new baby things, new mamas, they don't actually want to hand wash things. They don't. Or my friends don't anyway. So all of the solid colors are all style craft. And then I happened to, I just kind of wanted something a little bit more, I don't know, I wanted something a bit different. I'm all hooked up with the yarn. And so I decided that I wanted something a bit more variegated with different colours so that it would pop up and stand out a little bit differently. So this is the ball, the very sad looking ball with my hair all over it. Does that happen to anybody else? Do you knit and crochet your hair into things? I do. But I figure it's just an extra part of love from me, right? Anyway, this is Lion brand baby wool, and it's called Circus Time. And it's really, really, really pretty. So that's been pretty much the two things that I have bounced around with working on. But I'm really excited for that shawl to be done because then I can think of something else to make. I don't know what that make is going to be, but I am excited about it anyway. So, acquisitions. There's too many, really, for me to count, for me to say. That's terrible, isn't it? But I will share a few things that I've got recently. It was my birthday last month. And I think it was on Black Sheep Wool's Instagram feed. They had these packs of, so it's a blanket. It's called the Little River Blanket. And it's actually a pattern made by Emma Varnum. And it has been crocheted, which I love, out of all of these little river wash, the Shepier's stone washed and river washed colour pack. So these are 10 gram minis. And they are 78% cotton, 22% acrylic. So I bought a pack, and it comes with a couple of the cream. So I will be making that up, possibly after I finish off the baby blanket. And what else? Well, this beautiful yarn. This was a Yarn of the Month Club from Lay Family Yarns. I really love Kelly. She is amazing, and her yarns, I really must say, I've become very attached to her yarn colours. They are so beautiful. They really speak to my, like, where I'm at in my colour palette, which sounds really weird, but I went from being so out there colours, so bright, so bold, and now I'm kind of loving the more subtle tones with little pops of colour here and there. So this was called the Fourth Earl, and it's 75.25, and it comes with a really cute little mini. And if you follow me on Instagram, you will see that I am working very slowly, working on a pair of socks from Kelly using her Buttercup colourway. And you will also know that I cast them on cuff down because I wanted to try cuff down socks. Did the cuff, did the leg, got to the heel, completely confused, couldn't get my head around it, ripped them back, started again from toe up. So I generally do toe up socks. I do a fish lips kiss heel, and I do a 2x2 rib and Jenny's stretchy magic cast off or whatever. And so I was trying to go against the normal and like learn new things. No, I wasn't having any bar of learning new things, friends. No. So I ripped it out and I have started again. And I tend to keep that pair of socks actually in the car so that if I am in between clients or I find myself at an appointment and I've got 10 minutes, I'll add a few more rows onto my socks. So that's probably why I'm not actually showing you. And they're in my car, and my car's outside, and I can't be bothered to go and get it. So sorry about that. I do want to chit chat a little about a very lovely package that I received in the mail not that long ago. So there's a lot of reasons that I love the knitting community, the yarn community, the making community, because, you know, it's a really lovely, it's a community that you're happy to be part of, and it's very loving and welcoming. And I've been so blessed to meet people from all over the world that I would never have met before, and they have become very dear friends to me. One of those beautiful friends is Miss Heather. Now, Heather is one part of the Feather Stitches podcast. Her and her amazingly sweet as pie sister-in-law Becky, they both are amazing knitters, and they are quilters, and they are makers, and I just love it. Anyway, Heather and I have become really good friends, so big happy hello to Heather. And we kind of gone back and forth, and we both sent each other a swap package, and I sent hers, and she has shared what I sent for her on her podcast. So if you have not already checked out the Feather Stitches podcast, are you going? I hope so. Anyway, she sent me a skein of this Miniville wool project. And this is from their brand new local yarn shop to them, Willow and Wool. So I'm pretty excited. Miniville wool project cotton candy sherbet. It's 80/20, which I love, and she knows that. So I'm super excited to cast on a pair of socks. I'm so going to make socks out of these. And every time I wear them, I'm going to think of Heather and just feel very blessed about the whole thing. So that's gorgeous. Next up, she sent me a skein of Vivid Yarn Studio. And this is super cool yarn. I've never tried this before either. It is called Concrete Jungle, and it is on it's a 70% superwash merino, 20% yak, and 10% nylon. So that's actually very cool, really. And I actually think they kind of go really well together. And what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to make a pair of mismatched socks. So I'm going to have these as the toe, and the cuff, and that be the main for one sock. And then I'm going to reverse it. So they're totally mismatched, but they're going to be beautiful. So thank you, beautiful Miss Heather. I am so thankful for you. She also sent me a fat quarter of the most. Can we just take a moment? Because it's so cute. Check these out. I am totally going to be making a project bag for me out of them. My goodness, I am so excited about those. Anyway, so big thank you to Heather. You're amazing. Also, watch out for the postman, because I have sent you something back. The only other thing that I have got, I wanted to try. So I'm going to share this with you. It's called Happy Yarn Mail. And this is actually a crochet subscription. It is from Ashley, who is Sewrella on Instagram. She is such a lovely, I've really enjoyed following her, and so she has a monthly subscription. So for the first of the month, she will release a certain number of these little kits, and you get it in a lovely little bag like this, which is super cute. So it is $19.95 US, and it is actually free shipping within the States. So if you are in the States, it's $19.95 and it will get shipped free to you. So it's $19.95, and then I had to pay shipping on top of that, which was, I think it was about $15 shipping. And the thing is, though, is shipping is stupidly expensive at the moment. It's not Ashley's fault. It's just that that's what it is. And I really wanted to try it. So I was like, okay. So I think it worked out to be about $50 Australian for the actual kit and for it to be shipped. So I guess it's not super cheap. I know that there are a few other yarn subscriptions. I know that there is Knit Crate. I've seen quite a few other podcasters mention that in their episodes, and I do believe that they do free shipping. However, the reason that I really wanted to support Ashley, I have followed her on Instagram for quite a while. And I love that she is a work-at-home mum. She has the cutest little boy, and she is doing the best that she can, you know, to help supplement an income. You know, her and her amazing hubby have so much fun and so many adventures. Even he's into photographing yarn and stuff. So that really resonated with me, because I'm a mum, and for so many years I stayed at home, and, you know, I didn't work outside of the home. I did various different things over the years to help bring in some extra income for our family. So I totally get it. So I was like, girl, you can have my money, because that's great. And so I'm really excited to actually work this up. So this is an exclusive pattern that you get. So you get everything you need in the subscription. You get everything except for the hook. So I thought that was pretty cool. So this is an exclusive pattern that Ashley has donated. That's because it says donate on the back. Gosh. So she has designed this. It is called Mama's Crochet Flower Pot. So I'm not going to show you the inside, because obviously it is, but there's actually even a video tutorial as well. So that's the other reason that I really loved the idea of it, because I thought, well, not only are you getting a pattern that's exclusive to subscribers, though, having said that, just before we go any further, Ashley has, I believe, released just this pattern because she had so much feedback on it for Mother's Day, I think, but I'm not sure if it's still available. But anyway, so I really liked the idea of there being a pattern, a written pattern, and also a video tutorial, because sometimes I'm such a visual learner, and so for me, I think to actually have a video attached to a project, it means that you're going to be successful. So in the box, in the subscription, it have got Lion brand Vanna's Choice. It's 100% acrylic, and it is called Toffee Caramel. Toffee. So I'm really excited to work with these yarns. I've not worked with them before. And this is also DIY yarn from Lion brand. It is, what does it say? 100% acrylic. And it is called Lilac Cream Grass. You also get some polyfill and these little beads to, like, their weights to put in the basket. So you know what? I was really happy, and even at like $50 Australian, I still thought that was good value. But like, if you're in the States, it's $20. It's $20. It's $19.95 US. So you should all be going. We should all be buying Happy Yarn Mail, right? And getting a little subscription turn up in the mail. Like I said, Ashley releases the next lot of Happy Yarn Mail on the 1st of the month, and there is only a limited amount, and then after they are gone, they're gone. So that's pretty much it. So we're at 28 minutes, and I think, so it's not a hugely long podcast, but I just wanted to check in and say, thanks to everyone who has messaged and stuff, and I am fine, and it's just a little bit of crazy life season at the moment. So I hope that this podcast does find you well. I hope you have been making things that make your heart sing and not falling under the pressure like I did of having to make all the things that everybody else was making. Rather just sit in that space of make what actually makes your heart happy. I know. It's not rocket science, Alison. Anyway, have an amazing day. Be blessed. Happy making, and I will chat to you guys again soon. Bye-bye.